Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Polo Line TV. We are now getting ready for the moment we've all been waiting for, the final of the Emaar Cup 2025 here in Dubai Polo and Equestrian Club. Bindrai Polo Team versus Noon Polo Team. So it's a nice day. We've had two great games already. We're about to go into the final. But first, let's hear some words from the owner of Noon Polo Team, Rashid Alabar.
Obviously, very happy, very proud. It's, especially this level is maybe the highest level I've played. I haven't been playing for many years. And, you know, polo in the UAE, I think in most of the levels are very, very competitive, especially the 12 goal. I think the last tournament, if I remember correctly, we had around 9 or 10 teams, which was also a 12 goal. This tournament is a 12 goal also, and we had, I think we have 7 teams. So you have a lot of teams, very, very competitive. All the teams, to be honest, are difficult. There is no group that, you know, you prefer to be in that's easier. I think, you know, you just need a little bit of luck. So thank God we were lucky in some of the matches and we were able to play the final. I think I was coming here just trying to be positive and play almost like a practice without thinking too much. Because I've never played, to be honest, against this team. Now for the next tournament, at least I know how they play, but they are a really competitive team. Actually, they were the team that won the last 12 goal. So, you know, we were obviously no pressure, trying our best. And thank God, you know, the score came on our side at the end. I think, especially that it's, you know, knockout. You're in or out. But I think for us, you know, we are playing like free without thinking too much. It's a new team, so I think, you know, that helps us. We don't have a lot of baggage from previous tournaments. So I think for the final, you know, we'll come, we'll enjoy. Obviously, we'll do everything we can and try to win. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, you have a winner and loser, but we'll do our best, definitely. Well, I think it will keep us motivated maybe next year to play more tournaments. This year we only played 2 of the 12 goals. So next year I think definitely we can, you know, aim to play more and be motivated that, you know, we can reach the final, we can win tournaments with a good organization. So definitely it's something that's motivating me personally and the guys that are playing with me.
They do. Oh, and a steal comes through from Solari. Nice steal from Solari on the breakaway here. He took it off Chulo. He saw his moment. He's headed toward the goal, tapping it, head down, in the air. That's a golazo. Solo goal for Solari. Sneaking around again. Chulo thought he had time around the back. And Solari came out of nowhere, got the steal and ran it through. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are now getting ready for the main event, the final of the Emaar Cup 2025. Players are getting onto their horses, about to battle it out for that 80,000 dirham prize money. The runner-up will also pick up 40,000. These two teams we've been playing this tournament for 2 weeks now, and these two teams have come out victorious. Noon Polo unbeaten in their campaign up to this final. Bindrai Polo have had some very, very close games all the way through. Every game they've played has gone right down to the wire, and they've also made it through to the big final today. Bindrai Polo Team, a very well-established polo team with the two brothers out there today, Khalid and Mohammed. Noon Polo Team, owned by Rashid Alabar, is a much newer team, and they've been playing for a couple of years at this level, and this is their first major final. Both teams are based here at Dubai Polo and Equestrian Club. We'll present the teams shortly. For Bindrai, They've got Mohammed bin Dry, Santos Solari, Khaled bin Dry and Kian Hall. They're coming out with just a 9-goal team. They'll have to play off 10 goals as it's a 10 to 12 goal tournament. Noon Polo have Bautista, Alberti, Rashid Alaba, Teo Lacau and Sebastian Dorne. They're a 12-goal tournament. So on paper, Noon Polo are looking stronger. But bin Dry, in an extraordinary game, managed to beat Lamar in the semi-finals. Nobody works harder than the bin Dry Polo team. Very well mounted as well. Top scorers so far in this tournament, Ricardo Aiti Garros for El Basha has scored 16 goals. Marcos Araja, we've just seen playing for Equity, has scored 13. So is Teo Lacau, who's got one more game. He's out there now with Noon. Javier Guerrero, Chulo Guerrero, one of the players of the tournament for me, scored 10 goals. And Mohammed bin Dry, he's out there now. He's also scored 10 goals so far. So thank you very much for coming and supporting the games here, whether you're up on the iconic Polo Terrace, the VIP Emaar guests, or whether you're got a picnic down here in the middle of the two fields. It's a great day for watching polo and one of the biggest days of the polo calendar. Umpires out there today, Matias Baibiene from Argentina and umpire Peter Wright from England. And our third man is Santiago Torreguitar. We'll have a presentation of the teams. To the crowd. Players are just warming up the horses, the final adjustments, tuning them up, ready for the big game. So, bin Dry will start with 1.5 goals as they're playing off 10 goals, even though they're a 9-goal team. It's a 10 to 12-goal tournament. So bin Dry will start this game with a 1.5 goals. Noon will be keen to close that down early on. As the clouds come over, it's actually a very pleasant polo day now. It was quite warm earlier on. Now there's a gentle breeze and a slightly overcast. It's a nice cool day, perfect polo conditions. As we're just waiting a few of the bin Dry polo team to come out. And then we'll present the teams to the VIP guests on the terrace. So the players will line up now. Okay, so here we go. Let's announce the teams player by player. For Noon in the yellow. At number 1, the young Argentine. Let's hear it for Bauti Alberdi. Playing at number 2, a local favourite, Rashid Alaba. In at number 3, the powerhouse, the 7-goal player, Teo Lacau. And at the back, we have the Irishman, Sebastian Dornay. And the boys in white, Emaar Polo team. At number 1, the highest rated UAE player, Mohammed Bindrai. At number 2, we have the youngest player on the field, Santos Solari. And playing at number 3, we have the brother, Khalid Bindrai. And at the back, the young English terrier, Kian Hall. So this is it. This is the main event. The moment we've all been waiting for. The final of the Emaar Cup is about to get underway. 80,000 dirhams for the winner. But it's more about the pride and the prestige of winning such an important tournament. A lot of work goes into these teams, both with the horses and the players. Mainly the horses, though. It takes a huge amount of effort to put together such horsepower. And we'll be taking a good look at these horses. There will be a Best Playing Pony award. Let us know if you have, if your pick of which horse should get that one. There'll be an MVP as well for the most valuable player. Let us know who you choose for that, if you like. So to start, Rashid Alaba is riding a horse called Green. Teo Lacau, he's on Bang Bang. Bauti Alberdi's on Chichara. Right. In it goes, the ball goes in the line out, and we have started the final of the Emaar Cup 2025. Bindrai have won it here with Kian Hall holding on to possession. Bauti Alberdi puts pressure, and Mohammed Bindrai comes and picks it up for the Bindrai team. Thinks about smashing it down the ground, but doesn't. Kian's tucked in behind him well. Kian stops and turns that horse beautifully. He's on a horse called Arandano. This big, tall horse leaves it for Mohammed Bindrai. Under the next shot attempt by Bindrai, pushing it out to the right, and Teo Lacau opens up a beautiful backhand across the back line. Picked up, though, by the white shirt of Kian Hall, coming back and putting on the attack straight away. There he is, the little terrier. He gets his head down and works it hard toward the goal. It's popped out there for Khalid Bindrai to put it through the posts, and he does. Bindrai, with 1.5 goal start, have put one onto the board straight away, and they're now 2.5 goals to 0 up. What a perfect start for them. Their attack is absolutely relentless, with all 4 players battling it out. We often say this feels like, the players say it feels like they're playing against 5 of them when they play against the Bindrais. There's just so many of them out there, and it's like a swarm of bees. Here comes Santos Solari out of the line-out. Bindrai have come out of here, all guns blazing, kicking hard as Teo gets a good ride off for Noon and picks up the ball in defence. Teo Lacau claiming the line. Santos will have to clear out of the way. Teos will take his time. He's not going to rush this one. His players have all gone long. And he can hit it long. He saw Alberti free. What a perfect pass out to Alberti. He was the only man unmarked, and he found him beautifully. Alberti brings it on a little bit more. Leaves that behind. And coming he's managed to get back onto it. A little bit frantic there. Some mistakes made early on by Noon. Sometimes the pressure of a final gets to them early on, and it takes a minute or two for teams to settle in. Bindrai, not so. They came out fire in their bellies. Kian Hall spanks a near side backhand, and Solari picks it up, bounces right on top of the boards. But it's cleaned up by Teo. Sends one forward again, not quite connecting with those passes just yet. Nice 90-degree under the neck shot from Kian. They're not messing around. Bindrai Polo team. Santos Solari, the substitute for the injured Facundo Kelly. Teo Lacau on Bang Bang. Khaled pushes him. Nice Opo tail backhand as Belti Alberti is coming through. Alberti now. Belti puts a good... he's cut underneath it. It's lofted up into the air. The next man is wearing a white shirt, and that's Khaled. Kian. He gets pushed off it. And Alberti comes onto it. Heads back toward the goal. Alberti taps it in the air. Near side. Under the next shot. Saved off the line by Bindrai. And Solari drives that one away. A great defence. And they're starting to run already here. Down the other way. Up toward the halfway line. Solari again picks it up. Like I said, there's just so many of them out there. Hits that one up forward. Alberti's racing back in defence. Rashid Alaba also there in defence. Alberti slows it down. Wants to gain a bit of composure here for Noon. Rolling his wrists and setting it. Little cut shot out to Teo Lacau, the tall 7-goal player. Has to play it now. Can't tap it for too long. Drives it up forward. Alberti sneaking past Solari's horse. Looks a bit tired here. Alberti runs past him. And now he's got to contend with Mohamed Bindrai. Alberti does get a shot on toward the middle. Bindrai, though, Mohamed gets a backhand shot back toward the boards. And Kian Hall turns onto it. Bump coming in from Lacau. Kian, though, he's so good, Kian, in those short plays. Once he gets his head down and charged to the goal, but it's Alberti's turn at the moment. Cut shot attempt toward the goal from Alberti. He gets the angle. Has it got the distance? Or is the man going to get there first? He doesn't. And that's a nicely executed goal from Alberti. And it sounds like the local favourites here, Noon Polo team, have a good support behind them. That's going to help them along the way. And they're off the board, on the board, off the mark. 2.5 goals to 1. Noon are started. And they'll change horse halfway through. It's gone on quite a long time. We hardly saw any fouls, if any, in almost the entire Chukker there, which is a great sign for the future. Hardly any fouls. Beautiful polo, end to end. And we've seen a goal apiece early. Bindrai starting with that goal and a half. 2.5 goals to 1. Rashid Alaba hops on a horse called Moneda. Bauti, Alberti is on Reloca. Mohamed Bindrai has gone on Chanel. He had a good chucker on this horse in the semi-final. Ball goes in. Teo Lacau is first onto it. Takes it out to the side. Lacau under the next shot. Up to the front. Rashid Alaba is running hard there. In defence coming in is Kian Hall and Rashid Alaba pushing each other out. And Kian Hall's able to turn it around. Mohamed Bindrai comes in, takes it off him. Bindrai hits one hard down into the middle. Bauti told to turn it. Turns it around left. Spins that horse around beautifully. Re Loca. Then he comes back in toward the goal. Trying to weave through the defence here. Bauti Alberti. Near side backhand that kind of went forwards. What a strike that was. Athletic shot. Too much angle on that backhand. Means binge right from the back line. A whistle early on. Now, what was that? Looked like Alberti perhaps was coming in to take the hitter, and you're not allowed to block the man coming in if he's going in to take the hitter. I think that's what happened. And so we've got a 60-yard penalty for Noon. Lecao is absolutely clinical from the penalty spot. Lecao, it's a torpedo, but it just goes out to the left. He's just pulled that up. So Bendrite with an escape. Out to Chanel here. Look how beautiful this horse is from Mohammed Bendrite. Look out, guys. That's coming right in toward the Ferraris. Oh, it's hit the Tesla and gone over the back mildly, just missing the Whiteley Jeep. Oh, so Teo Lecao straight away runs in toward, and well, Kian Hall thought he had time, but Teo Lecao's horse acceleration was closing down the gap, and Kian couldn't come and get it in time, not with Teo coming in at that sort of speed. So they'll move it up to the next penalty spot. Just checking, Teo, he won the Gold Cup. Teo just won the Gold Cup yesterday, right? So maybe he haven't heard it. Teo Lecao, he's hit that one left as well. Same thing, absolute torpedo, but he's just hooking them left. Not quite got his radar in. He won the Gold Cup just yesterday, the 20 gold, Teo Lecao. Alberti turns it. Big bump coming in from Kian. They're a very physical team, Bindrai. Teo gets the win there. And the ball, and he's heading up toward the goal to make amends. He's at the front. Is he going to go under the neck or near side? He's got time and space to stop on that. Turn it in toward the goal. They won't be able to come in front, and that's a classy play. So patient. Teo Lecao, right at the end of Chukker number 1, gets their second goal on the board and get back within half a goal. It's 2.5 goals to 2. Teo Lecao showing his class, coming off the back of a 20-goal win yesterday. Puts that one in and will end Chukker number 1. Scores at 2.5 goals to Bindrai, 2 to Noon. We'll take a break here at Polo Line TV. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, polo liners and polo fans around the world and here at Dubai Polo and Equestrian Club. And welcome to the second chukker of the final of the Emaar Cup 2025. Bin Dry in white, Noon in yellow. Half a goal up, Bin Dry are at the moment. Khaled Bin Dry, the number 3, has got on to his stallion, the Bin Dry stallion, that's Kinder. Keep an eye out for Kinder the stallion. Solid little liver chestnut. Bouty Alberti's on Medusa. Kian on Suspiro. Suspiro can run. A long, fast horse. And once again, Tail wins the line-out. Whistle early on. I haven't seen many fouls at all. It's been a great first chukker. The umpires will check this. They've got the third man, and Polo Line TV are supplying them with the VAR, virtual assisted replays. So the third man, Santiago Torreguitar, can watch again and make the perfect decision from the sideline. And Bin Dry look to be teeing it up. They're going to have a hit from the spot. Kian's teeing it up on Suspiro. The whole team hangs back, making a plan here. And then Khaled and Santos go forward. Kian now going forward. Mohammed Bin Dry, MBD they call it. Oh, he's hit the ground there and he's given it straight to Bouty. Bouty couldn't hold on to it. And MBD gets another chance onto it. Santos comes flying in from the back. Santos Solari. Bouty Alberti gets a hook. And Teo Lecao, well, he can't pick it up and get rid of it. Kian Hall flying in on Suspiro. Trying to run round the back of everybody. Manages to do so. Kian now heading back toward the goal. He's still got a couple of green shirts to get past. He's not going to get past them this time. And on the breakaway now is Teo Lecao. Lecao, swing and a miss, and a backhand comes in from Mohammed Bin Dry. Khaled Bin Dry, his brother, read it well and turns fast onto it. Rashid Alabado gets the hook. And Teo is able to turn it. Bouty blocks for Teo, giving him space to make a pass up to Rashid. He's left it for Dorne. Dorne gets hooked out and it's still followed up. Rashid's waiting for it up at the front. This is a great run. Oh, the ball just popped over his stick as well. Mohammed Bin Dry tries turning it. Dorne puts in a great backhand for Rashid Bin Dry. This is superb team play by the Noon Polo team, but the defense is strong from Santos Solari, and he takes it away to the right-hand side, Solari. Then he tries to unleash it, only getting it as far as Bouty Alberti. Yeah, and then it was Teo who came back up onto that line, and the Bin Dry shirt came across the line. So we'll get a foul in favour of Noon Polo. Now, whether they're waiting here, because it's not halfway through the chukker, they're playing on. Santos is off the field. There's a couple of Bin Dry players off the field, and there's only 3 Noon players. This is quite an unusual situation we've got as Teo Lecao brings it up toward it, the goal, and takes a shot. It's the final after all, but he puts it out to the right. Well, quite right. If you don't, you've got 1 moment to change halfway through every chukker. If you change horse any other time, it's in your own time, and the players are told to play on. They're not allowed to wait unless the umpires decide there's a legitimate reason. So some of the players do change horse now. Solari's going off long. And we've got a penalty for Noon here. It may have come off a bin dry stick over the back line. Perhaps it's a safety 60. Solari will have to come back onto the field around the boards. He's hopping off the horse. So it'll be a 60-yard penalty for Noon. They are down by half, but they're getting back into this. Solari will have to go off the side of the field. So still with 5 minutes left to Chukker number 2. Bit of a break there again. We'll get going with a 60-yard penalty. Teo Lacau will take it. It's high. Goal judge just decides it's in. Great penalty. Teo Lacau has got his high in now. And they take the lead for the first time in the game. Noon now 3 goals to 2.5. Plenty of time left here in Chukker number 2. As it goes in, the ball stops at the front of the line-out. Khaled Bindrai on Kinder, the stallion, picks it up. Teo's there in defence, though. He takes it further back, has a look around. Sebastian Dorney coming in to give him a hand. Teo, though, finding space. Look at him, how he finds spaces. Oh, coming in at a bad angle there was Mohamed Bindrai, hitting the horse behind the saddle. It's a dangerous play by him. And the umpires will bring him in for a word here. Safety being the main rules of the game, mainly for the horses, but also for the players. The umpires will discuss how they're going to deal with this one. It's quite a severe ride-off. It's great to be physical, but we've got to keep it safe. And we can have a look on the replay. We've got the drone footage as well. We can see the replays and how they're coming in. The line of the ball, it's great to have the drone flown by George. We can see the line of the ball perfectly, who had the line and who's crossing it. So, third man, Tori Guitar, has watched it. Let the umpires know via radio contact, and a penalty has been awarded against the Bindrai for the dangerous ride-off. We're going up to the next penalty spot. We'll see which one it is. It's gone past the 60. Looks like it's a 40-yard penalty. For the severity of the foul, they've moved it past the 60. And Noon Polo have another chance with an open goal to stretch their lead. Teo Lecao, no doubt, will take it. Lecao hits it hard and high and through it goes. And the crowd are happy with that one. So halfway through, Chukker number 2 and oh, hang on. It's been disallowed. We thought it went through. The flag went up, but the umpire said no. It just drifted out to the side. So unusually, Lecao has missed a couple of penalties. Still, they lead by half. Noon. Bin Dry get that one straight down to the halfway line. Teo Lecao coming through with Solari. Solari chops it up for Kian to pick up. Kian checking up. Dorne giving him a hard time. Dorne gets the hook. Solari, though, coming in behind and picking up the ball. He gets ridden off by Alberti. And Mohammed Bin Dry is able to clear the line from a standstill. Sends it into the middle. Well met by Teo Lecao for the counter-attack. Alberti's gone forward for the pass. That's a great shot. Picking it up in the air. It stays. Oh, it just pops out over the sideline. Great counter-attack for Noon. Still 3 minutes left to Chukker number 2. Plenty of time to go. And I expect to see some more goals too. We do hear another whistle as the players get a chance to change horse now. They've been running hard and quite for some time here in Chukker number 2. Now there's a free change. All the players can change. So after this Chukker, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to ask you all to go onto the field yourselves and help us by treading in some of those divots. It's a good chance for you guys to get onto the field, have a little walk around and have a tread in at half-time. So after this Chukker, once it's ended, please, we'd love to see everybody on the field treading in. That would be great. Bouty, Alberti has got on Kasaka. Right, so the ball went out. It was hit out by a yellow shirt of Noon, so Bin Dry will bring this one in. With 3 minutes to go left of Chukker 2. Noon just half a goal up. So they've made their plan, Bin Dry. Caleb Bin Dry has come back to take it. He's on Elegida. Kian hits it down the ground. Elegida picks it up. There's Mohammed Bin Dry on the near side, then the offside, back to the near side to straighten things up. Doesn't get it back on the offside to put it through. Great attack, though. That's where Bin Dry are dangerous. As they just charge toward the goal with their head down. And they get a lot of goals like that. You've got to watch out for them in defense. If you blink, you miss them. And you don't want to get in their way either. So from the back line, Sebastian Dornay brings it in. Haven't had many knock-ins yet. Noon. Certainly Noon have had a lot more of the possession and the shots at the goal. But they've put a lot more wide as well. This is Teal using some of those silky skills to beat his man. Checks up, takes a hook, lets that man go past again. He's beaten him twice now. Now he's kind of trying to beat the next one. He's beaten him too. Teal, look at this guy. This is a world-class polo player out there doing some world-class things. He's only a young lad, but he's a tall player with phenomenal skills. And the defense there was good eventually by Bindrai. Teal trying to do it all. Had to foul in the process.
Halfway through the second. Okay.
So, Bindrai, they run forward. They got a long way forward. Kean Hall stays at the back to take it. Then he hits one out to the right. It's not going to reach his man. He's got to watch out with Alberti right there, putting the pressure on Alberti and Kean. Kean's having to go back over the front of his own goal here. Risky situation, but he's pulled it off beautifully and escaped out to the side. Kean, another little clip shot forward. He's followed up well, though, by Mohamed Bindrai, who was unmarked there. He's being chased here, but Mohamed Bindrai's horse is faster. He's broken away up at the front, Bindrai. Dornay's trying to catch him, but I don't think he's going to get there. Bindrai's got some time here to flick it up in front of the goal, and he's just out-horsed him there and scored a goal. Mohamed Bindrai on that horse. Sia, or the CIA. Mohamed Bindrai, golasso on that big, tall black horse. They couldn't catch him. Horsepower, so important. It's what makes the difference here. 80%, they say. In we go again. And now Bindrai have crept into the lead by half a goal. Second Chukker, not as flowing as the first. We'll see what we got now. Bindrai from the halfway line. Mohamed, the goal scorer, puts that one forward to Solari. Good ride off from Alberti. Solari unable to get it. Teal is left free. Turns it round and puts on the attack quick. Still got Mohamed to beat. He's left it behind. And Solari's first onto it. He opens up a backhand for Kean Hall, who's turned onto it. Doesn't pick it up, though. Solari's angry, frustrated out there, but he came across Teal. Teal, look out. Certainly had that line. So with 1 second to go, whistle blows, and it's a penalty for Noon. So, 60-yard penalty for Noon right at the end of Chukker 2. Mohamed Bindrai he hops off his horse. I think they'll play on without him. So there's 3 Bindrai players on the field at the moment. And that's, he's pushed it right again, Lacau. He's not got his radar in today. And he goes out to the right. Bindrai lead by half a goal at half-time. Everybody, please, we'd like to see you onto the field to tread in. Please make your way onto the field and help put in some of those divots for us. So let's have a look at some of the stats in this game. The first chukker was an absolute ripper. Got a little bit sticky in the second. Been dry up by half. They started with 1.5 goals. 3.5 goals to 3 now. Been dry with a 9-goal team. They're playing off 10 goals against the 12-goal team of Noon. Been dry have scored 2 field goals. Noon have scored just the 1. 3 throw-ins each. Been dry have fouled 4 times, which is not bad for them, actually. That's quite a low number for them. And only 2 fouls from Noon. That's great to see. Very few fouls for the first 2 chukkers, in fact. But the penalties, look at that. 0 from 4. That's very unusual from Teo Lecao. He won the Gold Cup yesterday. I wouldn't be surprised if he'd had a little bit of a celebration after that. But anyway, plenty of time to make amends. 2 more chukkers of polo here in the Emaar Cup final 2025. We've got plenty of people out there treading in. Not many. A lot of people didn't bother to get out there and tread in, which is a bit disappointing. We have got a lot more people on the sidelines. Yes. See. I shall announce it. Yeah, so we've got a couple of minutes before we start. Let's have a look at some of the highlights of the first half here. There we got Bindrai breaking away. They picked up the loose ball. That was very early on in the first chukker, and they did well to mount the attack. Here's Bauti Alberti. That was just beautiful cut shot there. Lovely looking shot. Sliced it in. It just goes over the line. Mohammed unable to hit the backhand. Teo Lecao, this is confidence, able to stop, turn, and walk it in. Quality goal from the 7-goal player. And this one with a fantastic horse here of Mohammed bin Dry, breaking away from everyone and putting that in. That might be my pick for the best playing pony so far. CIA, I think it was. Sia. There it is again. Sia. They just couldn't catch her. What a quality horse. Then she checked up and stayed straight, allowed him to tap it in. So we're back here. A few of the last people treading in. And we'll have a look at the scoreline. There you can see 2.5 goals to 2 after the first chukker, 3.5 goals to 3 after the second. Bindrai lead by half. We've got the VIP guests of Emaar out here today. One of the biggest companies, property companies in Dubai. They own this polo club. So the players the fans making their way back to the seats now as the players are getting onto their horses, and we're about to start chukker number 3. And we can see the Noon team, the Noon camp. Sebastian at the back. Teo hops on his horse. Rashid Alabar and Bauti Alberti gets onto his one. Some of the players bringing 7 or 8 horses to the games. Some bring just 4. So as the players come back onto the field, we're going into the second half with just half a goal in it. 3.5 goals to 3. Bin Dry holding on to that lead. Noon have had many chances, not only from the penalty spot, but also chances of field goals they've put wide. Whereas Bin Dry have had a few chances, but capitalised on every one. On the screen there, we see Luquin Monteverde. That's Teo's teammate. He won the Gold Cup yesterday, a 20 goal for the UAE. Sixth time the UAE have won it in the last 15 years. The first time they won it was with Luquin's father, Lucas Monteverde. And Luquin had a phenomenal game yesterday. Now we're looking at Sebastian Dorne, number 4 for Noon Polo. They trail by half at the moment. So we're about to get started for the second half of the final here. Half a goal in it. The teams are all on their horses, ready to go. You know how we start? No, how we start with a hit or a penalty? Is it a penalty? Or a hit? So we ended that one with a penalty that went wide right. So Bin Dry will take a hit from the back line. We're just waiting for one of the Bin Dry players. Here he comes. And the umpires say play from the back line then. MBD on a Kean Hall. Sends it up to MBD. He comes running hard on this one. No, they want to drive it into the goal. He's left it behind though. And it's picked up quickly by Alberti. Oh, turning quickly. Kean comes in where he shouldn't. He has to then clear the road for Teo to put it up forward, but he's got a deflection and it's gone out to the right. Back on the charge. Bin Dry. Oh, there's a broken stick here. I think it's Khaled. He's had his stick broken. But Solari's found space up at the front. Solari's running hard. Chasing him back there is Dorne. He's not going to catch him. Solari with the near side. Under the next shot. That's a fantastic goal by Santos Solari and Bin Dry. Again, they've come out all guns blazing. They've caught Noon sleeping a little bit at the beginning of the second half. And they stretch their lead again. 1.5 goals in it. Still plenty of polo left to be played. Khaled goes back and picks up a new stick. They won't wait. Ball goes in. Noon seem to have control of it. They've got Teo with the ball. That's what they need. Teo now having to peel around to find himself a little bit of space in front of the terrace here as he takes it up toward the goal a little bit further. Teo is able to leave it there now to Alberti. Going forward as well is Dorne. Alberti chooses to go himself, tries to run past the pack, but they stopped him in his tracks. And the backhand comes in, and the back door is open, and Bin Dry comes flying through it. Mohammed Rashid Alabar quickly in defence. And Teo, no. Alberti comes back. Dorne puts another backhand onto it. Teo's got control. Turns it around here and heads back up toward the goal. He sends up a couple of yellow shirts up forward. Bouti's found some space. That shot goes right up to the front. Rashid can't pick it up. Well, coming in for the meet was Santos Solari. Rashid Alabar was in there. Where the Solari came around the front and then onto the meet, and Rashid had the line. Or Rashid got in the way of Solari, we'll find out. Umpires will have another look on the third man. They can check exactly the line and who came from which angle on the replays just to make absolutely sure they make the right decision. And indeed, Rashid Alabar did have the line there, and he's earned his team a penalty. Question is, which one? And can Noon deliver? Pun. $60-yarder. So from the 60, oh, is it 60? From the 40, is it? 40-yard penalty for Noon. That one has gone through for sure. He's made sure of that one. Noon and Teo Lacau, he's got his target zeroed in now, and he puts that one straight through to get back within half a goal. 4.5 goals to 4. Noon just half a goal behind. Sebastian Dorney on this little grey horse, Mara. Keep an eye out for her. Or Maru. Small horse with a big heart. Whether she's got the speed for the 12 goal, we'll see. In it goes. Well, again, Noon seemed to look like they had the line. And Bin Dry got caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. 90 degrees. Alberti was the one who won it. And they'll march them up to the 60-yard spot. And now Noon have a chance to get into the lead from the penalty yard. So Lacau from the 60 to get into the lead for Noon. Torpedo, and it's straight. Lacau has found his form, and he's got his team into the lead. 5 goals to 4.5, halfway through the third Chukker. So, they'll go and change horse here. Whistle will blow and stop the clock with 3 minutes 30 left of the third Chukker. Just half a goal in it. Teo Lacau getting 2 goals from the penalty spot at the end there. Puts his team, Noon, into the lead. So halfway through the third, Khaled bin Dry is getting on Sarah. Mohammed bin Dry on Chanel. Teo Lacau is going to get on Sardinia. Bauti Alberti on Chichara. And Rashid Alaba on Green, the horse that he started with. Right then, here we go, half a goal in it. The next goal's a big one. And again, we've seen another foul early on. Dangerous play from bin Dry. 3 fouls in a row gives Noon another penalty. Umpire cantering down to the next penalty spot, straight from the line out. From the line out, whether it was a dangerous swing or dangerous shot in the line out against bin Dry, Noon have a penalty, and it looks like a 40-yard penalty. And we know Teo, he's got his eye in now. They lead by half, and this will be a chance to get up a goal and a half for the first time for Noon. Can Noon deliver? Teo Lacau sends the package right to the doorstep for Noon. And get into the lead by a goal and a half. Lacau has found his form just in time. They've got their eyes on the prize now, Noon Polo team. 6 goals to 4.5. They lead. 80,000 dirham prize money. Out of the line out is Dorne for Noon. Has it stolen by Hall, Kian Hall, the Terrier. Mohammed bin Dry gets hooked out by Dorne. Alberti picks up the ball, goes to turn it. Kian's in there causing trouble. Teo Lacau trying to work it out and give his team some space. Stolen though by Khaled. Khaled bin Dry breaking away up at the front. What a play by that guy. Up at the front, Khaled. He's got a chance to score here. Something out of nothing. Khaled bin Dry just takes it out to the right. But that's where bin Dry are so good. They just get the ball, the loose ball, and then they just get their heads down and drive straight to the goal. No messing around. They don't go to the sides. No left or right, just straight to the goal. And they often score that time just pushing it out to the right. They've got fast horses. Anyway, that was a little bit too much on the pass out to the right. And it goes over the side. It'll be a hit for bin Dry. Kian peels around behind Mohammed, then he goes forward. Mohammed from a walk takes a shot. It's only going to stop short, but it might roll in toward the danger zone. Goes out to the left. Dorne from the back line. Teo and Alberti make a run to the right. Oh, that pass hasn't found the man either. And Mohammed spins that horse around. MBD is on a good horse again. Very well mounted player, Mohammed bin Dry. Kian Hall works so hard right the way through the game. Pushing here, taking a shot at the goal, not getting it through the pack. Still, it's in the danger zone. Teo Lacau takes the man and watches that one go over the back. From the back line then. Teo Lacau and Noon. Goes left, then right. He's bringing it himself here. Mohammed bin Dry, his horse is a bit tired. As Teo gets away, Kian comes in to help him out. 30 seconds left as Teo's horse is showing some quality here. He's hit it up to the middle. Oh my word, he's going himself right across the field, left to right to left. Teo Lacau, he's got Dorney in behind him. He's not going to need him. Puts that one up toward the goal. It's on the left-hand side. Can he go coast to coast? He's put a little bit too much on the approach shot. But what a horse that was from Teo Lacau. Incredible. Sardinia runs right across the field, zigzags his way across the field. Teo, he's got a remarkable way of finding space, and now he's putting his penalty shots through. Noon are looking very strong. They'll go into the last chukker. 6 goals to Noon, 4.5 to bin Dry. We'll be back for the last chukker of the Emaar Cup 2025. Welcome back, the last chukker of Emaar Cup 2025. This is it for the prize money. And Noon have worked hard to get themselves into the lead here. Bin Dry, though, never ever count them out until the fat lady sings, as they say. Here it is. Ball goes in from Noon. Up to Khaled. Khaled sends another one left. A little bit too much angle on that one, but he's able to come back around on it. Teo gets the hook on him. And the ball, Teo. Danger here. Teo Lacau driving toward the goal. Tip-tap around the man. Sneaks around his man and taps it through. Teo Lacau has come right in the last chukker. 7 goals to 4.5. Noon are looking very, very good. Teo Lacau finding his form. A small mistake from Bin Dry. And Noon capitalised now, making no mistakes. Back to the middle they go. Bin Dry with some work to do. Bauti Alberti for Noon win the throw in. And here comes, it's been hooked out of it. Loose ball now. Teo Lacau's onto it. Lacau from the standstill sends it up as Dorney's got a bit of space in the middle. He's claiming the line here, Dorney. He's got Bauti up in the front if he can get it there. Dorney's getting hard ridden in the back. Sticks it in the air. The ball goes over the back line. And we'll have a hit in for Bin Dry. What are they going to do? They've got to do something special here. They need 3 goals, 3 unanswered goals to get in the lead. Cian Hall at the back. Takes a little tap to the right. He's going to try and beat Dornay. Dornay goes for the right-off. Might have just caught him behind the saddle there. Didn't quite get shoulder to shoulder. Bin Dry and Cian put so much acceleration on there. Just mistimed the ride-off. Horses of Bin Dry's are so fast, it's hard to time them. So Cian Hall, he was on the charge there, heading toward the goal. They've moved it past the 60 and up on to at least the 40, maybe the 30-yard penalty spot. 30-yard penalty, Cian Hall will take it. Oh, the horse just checked up, but he got it through. Cian Hall, very, very important one. They need 2 more to get into the lead. Bin Dry, but this game now is getting exciting as we go into the last 5 minutes of polo of the Emaar Cup. One of the biggest tournaments on the UAE polo calendar. 4.5 minutes to go. Cian Hall, the goal scorer, wins that line out. Teo Lacau, though, watches him. Solari comes in, picks it up for Bin Dry. He's fast, Solari. He plays fast. They're all bunching up a little bit here. But that's kind of how the Bin Dry guys play. Noon like to spread things out a bit more. Rashid Alabar's horse turned beautifully for him then. Then he gets a good shot forward. He's being hard ridden. And Mohammed Bin Dry picks it up. Coming in for the hook and the ride-off was Dornay. Probably had to go near side. So they've got the choice if they want to change now or do one more and then get the free change. They've decided to change now. All the players now will go and change horse. These ones have been running. They might well get on their best horses now to finish this game. Two very different game plans we've seen today. Bin Dry like to stay quite close and just keep driving into them. Man after man after man, backing each other up and running at them. Noon Polo preferring to spread the game out, playing across the width of the field and open things up. Both tactics being pretty effective. Noon, though, lead by a goal and a half. Back into the middle. Bin Dry will start with a hit. That's what they need because they've got 2 goals to get. And still under 4 minutes to go. Lots of polo to be played. This is pretty exciting. Almost don't want it to end. We've had such a great tournament. It's been so exciting to watch all the games. It's been a big pleasure to commentate them all. And see, we had 7 quality 12-goal teams. And it's all come down to this. Cian Hall from the halfway line then. Sends up Mohammed Bin Dry. That's a lovely slow swing and a big shot. Mohammed Bin Dry's horse stretches out, But there in defence is Bouty Alberti. Takes on 2 white shirts and passes it up to Teo. What a play from Bouty. Big ride-off coming in on Teo by Cian Hall. But Teo's run around the outside of him. He ate that ride-off. Now, not rushing things, Teo. Look how he checks up that horse. But Cian Hall, relentless, the terrier, got the better of him. Now brings it back the other way, sends it up to Solari. This is good polo here in the last chukker. Solari picks it up expertly well on the near side, then once more up in the air, puts it in front of the goal. Dorne's chasing him, does just enough to stop it. The under the neck shot goes wide for Bindrai. That's it though, that's their tactics. They get the ball and just head direct, laser, right toward the goal. Backing each other up one by one or passing it up to the front. And it was nearly so effective. Still, they've got just under 3 minutes to go. Teo from the back line. Right. Plays it out to Bouty Alberti, who's coming onto it. Big ride off. Bouty takes the man and the ball. It wasn't shoulder to shoulder, or it wasn't the same speed. Looked like Mohammed Bindrai's horse is feeling it a bit tired. Couldn't quite time that ride-off. And with Bouty on the charge, it was a similar one that went the other way earlier on. And no doubt move this one forward in favour of Noon. So, with Alberti on the charge there and the danger of the foul, they've moved it right up to a 30-yarder for Noon. And this might be enough. If they put this one away, they've got their eyes on the prize, that 80,000 dirhams. Teo Lacau for Noon. Teo Lacau puts it through. He's found his form. He missed every penalty in the first half. He slotted everyone in the second just to keep things interesting and keep us guessing. And now they extend their lead again. Noon looking dominant. 8 goals to 5.5 with 2 minutes of polo left of the tournament. In it goes. And Noon have won the line out. Alberti turns it. Taps it toward the goal. Alberti's having a fantastic game in this second half. Mohammed Bindrai, he's got onto a fresh horse here, that one that played so well earlier on. Sia, backhand comes in. Can Bouty get round in time? His horse is a bit tired as well. Hasn't managed to stop and turn. Khalid he's back on the stallion, comes on, leaves it for Tail, can't get it. I think the players are getting tired too. Oh, he's gone over it as well. It's like a... They've left it. Oh, it's come back here now. And it's picked up with 90 seconds of polo left to play. Mohammed Bindrai. Cian Hall gets ridden off, and a solid backhand there from Dorne. Teo with a good backhand. Here comes the counter. Alberti sends it down the ground with 1 minute to go. It's 2-on-1 as Khalid Bindrai is the only one on defence with that horse. Kinder the Stallion. Bouty Alberti's up at the front. This could be it. What an approach shot. Checks back up and looks for the winner. Bouty Alberti's put it through for Noon. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That will do it. It looks like Noon have won the Emaar Cup 2025 in style. Bouty Alberti coming right in the last chukker. 9 goals to 5.5 with 30 seconds left on the clock. They think it's all over. It is now. They're shaking hands. They've called it quits. The Bin Dry guys, there's no way they can come back, and they know it. They've said enough's enough. We're done. 9 goals to 5.5. What a game. Bin Dry looked so good at the beginning. It took a while for Noon to find their form, missing penalties and the goal early on, but they certainly outclassed them in the end, Noon Polo, and came out with a win. A big win for Noon as well. Their first major tournament. They'll be happy with that. Congratulations to Rashid Bin Dry, Teo, Sebastian, and Bouty Alberti. The Emaar Cup 2025 is yours. Well, we'll have the presentation shortly where they'll lift the Golden Cup. So the first Chukker ended with Bin Dry up by half, 2.5 goals to 2. The second Chukker ended with Bin Dry up 3.5 goals to 3. Then the second half, Noon found their form. I don't know whether they had what happened, whether it was a team talk or a coach chat or what happened at halftime, but Noon came out a different team in the second half. They won the third Chukker 6 goals to 4.5, and then the last Chukker they won 9 goals to 5.5. Noon can indeed deliver. And congratulations, big round of applause for the Noon team as they come back. They're the local favourites, and everyone seems to be very, very happy with that win. Well done to those guys. The grooms are ecstatic as well. Massive win by Noon. Really was a game of 2 halves. Rashid Alabar there on the screen. High fives all round. Great effort by him. And Bouty Alberti off just 3 goals is... well, they'll be looking at his handicap. He played outstandingly well, Bouty Alberti. Quality player. Supporting his teammate. Marina, the vet, comes in. Lucas Monteverde is in there as well. Perhaps it was him who gave him a few tips at half-time. That made the difference. Something happened, and they came out a different team in the second half, and they put the ball through the goal. Time and time again, every penalty went through in the second half, and so many opportunities were capitalized on. They cut down on the mistakes. They played better, I think, throughout the whole game. Let's have a look at some of the goals, the best goals of the final of the Emaar Cup. From the drone here, Khaled Bin Dry picking up that loose one. It was a well-worked goal before then, and Khaled finishing it off here. Alberti with a classy cut shot there. Mohamed Bin Dry coming in to try and get the backhand, but not managing to do so, just sneaks over the line. Alberti, he had a cracking game. Teo Lacau here, stopping and turning that one expertly well. What a great horse as well, just to shut down like that for him. And they let him stick and ball that one through. So well, hitting it into the spaces. And this is Khaled Bin Dry on that horse, I think CIA. But it broke away. They couldn't catch him. Wonderful horse, that one. He brought it back later on as well. Certainly will be in contention for the best playing pony, that one. And that's another shot of that goal from Mohamed Bin Dry, breaking away on Sia, that lovely black horse. So they're setting up the stage ready and the red carpet for the presentation that will come any minute now. Santos Solari making things interesting at the end, breaking away, scoring this absolute ripper on the near side to get back within 1.5 goals, I think, toward the end of the game. But then Noon turned it on once more here and picked up that hit. That was a hit in that didn't get away for Bin Dry. They got the steal, and Noon sent it straight back through the goal and made sure of their lead. This was the end of the match. Bouty Alberti finishing the game in style. What a beautiful finish. Breaking away there to score the winning goal for his team, Noon. 9 goals to 6.5. Here we'll get another shot. That approach shot under the neck was just poetry in motion. And fist pump in the air because he knew he'd won the game at that moment. Here we are. Have a look at some of the stats here. Noon with 9 goals to 5.5. Field goals, Noon scored 4, Bindrai 3. Similar on the throw-ins. Noon won 8 of the throw-ins, Bindrai 6. Bindrai fouling too many times, 9 times, whereas Noon, very few fouls, just 4 fouls in the whole game. That's a nice, disciplined team there. They're very, very quality game for them. Penalties, Bindrai did well, 1 from 1. Well, I think it was the penalties for Teo. He scored 0 from 4 in the first half, 4 from 4 in the second half, and that's what made the difference. So 4 out of 8 in total, and he got that corner as well. So quality game. Took a little bit of time for Teo Lecau. Maybe after he might have been a little bit tired after winning the Gold Cup yesterday. Maybe winning the celebrations, I don't know. But he came right in the end and proved his sheer world-class performance by Noon, winning this Big 12 goal here, the Emaar Cup 2025. My name's Tim Ward. It's been a great honor to commentate you throughout this tournament, and we look forward to doing so in the future.